Hello, and welcome to the program Breakfast Show on Radio Nigeria, Coal City 929 FM, Enugu. I'm your host, Ekene Odegwe. I'm glad you're joining us. Today, we are focusing on a very important conversation as we mark World Youth Skills Day 2026 with the theme, Skills for a Shared Future. The world of work is changing rapidly. While many young people are searching for employment opportunities, businesses and industries are also looking for individuals with practical knowledge, creativity, and problem-solving abilities. The question, therefore, is, how can we equip young people with the right skills to become employable, innovative, and capable of creating opportunities for themselves and others? To discuss this important issue, we are joined by Reverend Father Cornelius Obe, the Director of Mario Institute of Hospitality Management and Entrepreneurship Education, Uhunowerre, Igbo-Eze South Local Government Area of Enugu State. Father, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Father, let's begin with the theme of this year's World Youth Skills Day, Skills for a Shared Future. What does this theme mean to you, especially considering the realities facing young people in Nigeria today?
I think this year's theme is not just a slogan, it is a wake-up call. It is a reminder that the future of Nigeria will not be determined simply by the number of university degrees we produce, but by the number of young people who possess practical, employable, and entrepreneurial skills. We are living in a world that is changing faster than ever before. Artificial intelligence is transforming industries. Automation is replacing routine jobs. Technology is creating new opportunities while making many old professions obsolete. In such a world, skills have become the new currency of success. Unfortunately, many young Nigerians are graduates but remain unemployed, not because they are unintelligent, but because our education system has often emphasized certificates more than competence. Employers today are asking a simple question: what can you do? They are looking for people who can solve problems, create values, and adapt to change. That is why I usually say a certificate may open a door, but skills keep the door open. Skills transform knowledge into productivity. They turn dreams into businesses, ideas into innovations, and unemployed graduates into employers of labor. Skills restore dignity. Skills build confidence. Skills create wealth. Skills reduce crime and social unrest. Skills give hope. So, my message to every young Nigerian is simple. Do not merely pursue certificates. Pursue competence. The future belongs to those who can create value, not merely those who can present certificates.
That is very important and interesting. You've highlighted the importance of skills as a pathway to opportunity, but many young people still believe that success is only guaranteed through academic qualifications. Why do you think this perception remains, and how can we change it?
Thank you so much for this very important question, because it touches the heart of one of Nigeria's greatest misconceptions. For decades, our society has measured success by certificates rather than competence. From childhood, many of us were told, go to school, get a degree, and a good job will be waiting for you. That advice may have worked for previous generations, but the world has changed. Today, a university degree is valuable, but by itself, it is often not enough. The truth is that a certificate tells people what you studied. A skill shows people what you can do. Employers are increasingly looking for people who can solve problems, think creatively and work technologically, and communicate effectively and deliver results. Unfortunately, our educational system has not always kept pace with the changing demands of the labor market today. Too many students graduate with excellent grades but little practical experience. As a result, employers spend additional time and money retraining graduates, while many businesses struggle to find workers with the right skills. We must therefore change our mindset. We should stop presenting academic education and skills training as competitors. They are partners. The strongest young people are those who combine both of them. Imagine a graduate who is also a software developer, a professional chef, a fashion designer, a digital marketer, a welder, an agricultural entrepreneur, or a hospitality expert. Such a person is far more adaptable and resilient. Parents also have a major role to play here. We should stop looking down on vocational and technical education. There is dignity in skilled work. So my appeal is this. Let us replace this culture of certificate dependency with a culture of competence, creativity, and continuous learning. In today's world, those who keep learning and developing new skills will always have a place in tomorrow's economy.
Nigeria has many young graduates, yet many still struggle to find employment. From your experience working with young people, what do you think is responsible for this gap between education and employment?
Thank you. This is perhaps one of the most pressing issues facing our country, Nigeria. Every year, thousands of young people graduate from universities, polytechnics, and colleges with high hopes. Yet many of them spend years searching for jobs that never come. The question is, why? The answer is simple. There is a growing mismatch between what many schools teach and what today's employers and industries actually need. We have produced graduates who know many theories but have limited opportunities to develop practical, hands-on skills training. In today's economy, employers are not just asking, "What did you study?" They are also asking, "What can you do? What value can you add from your first day at work?" Another challenge is our mindset. For too long, many young people have been trained primarily to become job seekers rather than job creators. We celebrate graduation, but we often neglect innovation, entrepreneurship, and self-employment. Yet the reality is that government and the private sectors alone cannot provide jobs for the millions entering the labor markets each year. There is also the rapid pace of technological change. Artificial intelligence, automation, digital platform, and remote work are reshaping the global economy. Some jobs are disappearing, while entirely new careers are emerging. Unfortunately, many graduates leave schools without the digital and entrepreneurial skills needed to drive this new environment. The solution is not to abandon academic education, but to strengthen it with practical skills, industrial attachment, entrepreneurship, digital literacy, entrepreneurship, and a strong partnership between the schools and industries. So the future belongs to those who are prepared, adaptable, and ready to create values wherever they find themselves.
You mentioned practical skills. Many young people listening right now may ask, what skills should I focus on? How do I know the right skill to learn? And what advice would you give them?
Thank you. That is the question every young person should be asking today. The truth is, there is no single skill that is right for everyone. The best skill is the one that lies at the intersection of three things: your passion, your natural ability, and a genuine need in the marketplace. Before choosing a skill, I encourage every young person to ask three simple questions. First, what problem do people around me need solved? Second, what do I enjoy doing and can become excellent at? 3, will people pay for this service or product? If you can answer those 3 questions honestly, you are already on the path to success. There are many opportunities today: hospitality and tourism, food production, baking, fashion design, beauty therapy, welding and fabrication, furniture making, electrical installation, plumbing, poultry, aquaculture, digital marketing, software development, graphics designs, content creation, photography, video editing, cyber security, artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and modern agriculture all offer promising career. So the important thing is not to chase what is fashionable, but to pursue what is valuable and needed. However, let me say something that may surprise many listeners. Do not learn only one skill. The economy of the future belongs to people with multiple skills. Finally, my advice is this. Do not wait for perfect conditions before you begin. Start with the resources you have. Learn from a reputable training center. Find a mentor. Practice consistently. Volunteer if necessary, and keep improving yourselves every day. Remember, your greatest investment is in yourself. When you acquire the right skills, no one can take them away from you. Skills travel with you, open doors for you, and create opportunities wherever you go. That is the true wealth of the 21st century.
Father, your institution focuses on hospitality management and entrepreneurship education. Why did you choose these areas as a pathway to empowering young people?
I chose hospitality management and entrepreneurship education because I believe they have the power to transform lives, families, and communities more quickly than many people realize. Hospitality is one of the largest and fastest growing industries in the world today. Every day, people eat in restaurants, stay in hotels, attend conferences, celebrate weddings, and travel for businesses and organize social events. Behind every one of these activities are opportunities for skilled young people to learn a decent living. Hospitality is not just about serving food or making beds. It is about creating experience, solving problems, managing people, and delivering excellence. More importantly, hospitality teaches values that every employer is looking for: discipline, the value of punctuality, the value of teamwork, customer care, attention to details, cleanliness, integrity, and professionalism. These qualities are transferable to virtually every career. So the second reason is entrepreneurship. Nigeria cannot overcome unemployment by depending only on government jobs. So every year, millions of young people enter the labor market, while available jobs remain limited. So if all our young people are waiting to be employed, many will wait for years. That is why we must raise a generation of job creators, not just job seekers. At Mario Institute of Hospitality Management and Entrepreneurship Education, our philosophy is simple. We train the head, the heart, and the hands. The head acquires knowledge. The heart develops character and values. And the hands gain practical competence. Education is complete only when these three work together.
But entrepreneurship also comes with challenges, failure, uncertainty, and financial difficulties. How can young people develop the resilience to continue when things do not go as planned?
Thank you. That is a very honest question, because many people celebrate success, but very few talk about the sacrifice behind success. The first truth every young entrepreneur must understand is this: failure is not the opposite of success. It is often the pathway to success. Every successful entrepreneur has experienced disappointment, rejection, financial setbacks, or even complete failure. What makes them different is not that they never failed, but that they refuse to quit. You see, I often tell young people that every setback carries a lesson, and every lesson makes young people stronger. If your first business fails, don't conclude that your future has failed. Instead, ask yourself, what did this experience teach me? Was it poor planning, poor financial management, lack of market research, inadequate customer service? Every mistake can become a classroom if you are willing to learn. Secondly, develop a growth mindset. Do not compare your beginning with someone else's success. Every person has his own success story. Don't compare your beginning with another person's success story. So many people see the harvest but they never see the years of planting. They never see the watering. They never see the waiting. So success takes time. Great businesses are built gradually through patience, consistency, and continuous improvement. So another important quality is discipline. Entrepreneurship is not gambling. It requires planning, budgeting, saving, honesty, and accountability. So you have to learn to separate your business money from your personal money. Keep proper records. Reinvest your profits instead of spending them on unnecessary luxuries. A disciplined entrepreneur builds a lasting enterprise. So young people also need mentors. One of the biggest mistakes is trying to do everything alone. Learn from those who have gone ahead of you and seek advice. Accept corrections. A mentor can help you avoid costly mistakes and encourage you when challenges arise. Above all, never lose hope. As a Catholic priest, I firmly believe that faith and hard work go together. Pray as if everything depends on God and work as if everything depends on you. Trust God, but also prepare yourself. Opportunities often come to those who are ready.
All right. If you're just joining us, this is Breakfast Show on Coast City 99 FM, Radio Nigeria, Enugu. And we are talking about World Youth Skills Day 2026. Skills for a shared future, empowering young people for jobs and enterprise. Reverend Father Cornelius Obe is the director of the Mario Institute of Hospitality Management and Entrepreneurship Education in Uhunowerre, Igbo-Eze South local government area of Enugu State. Remember, you can join the conversation on coastcityfm929.net.ng. Back to you, Father. The world is becoming increasingly digital, from artificial intelligence to online businesses and remote work. Technology is changing how people earn a living. What digital skills should young people begin learning today to remain relevant tomorrow?
We are living through one of the greatest technological revolutions in human history. The question is no longer whether technology will change our lives. It has already changed our lives. The real question is, will our young people become creators of technology or merely consumers of it? Artificial intelligence, robotic automation, cloud computing, e-commerce, and remote work are transforming every profession today. A farmer now uses drone and mobile app. A tailor market designs on social media. A chef receives online orders. A teacher reaches students across the world through digital platform. Technology is no longer a separate industry. It is becoming part of every industry. That is why every young person, regardless of their profession, must become digitally competent. The first digital skill I recommend is digital literacy. Every young person should know how to use computers confidently, navigate the internet responsibly, manage files, use productivity tools such as word processing, spreadsheets, presentations, email, and collaborate online. These are new basic workplace requirements. And secondly, learn artificial intelligence. Let me be very clear here. AI is not here to replace everyone. It will replace people who refuse to learn it. Young Nigerians should understand how to use AI tools to improve writing, research, business planning, customer service, marketing programming, and problem solving. AI should become your assistant, not your competitor. And thirdly, develop digital marketing skills. And fourthly, if you have an interest in technology, consider learning software development, website design, cyber security, data analysis, cloud computing, and mobile app development. These skills are in high demand globally and can open doors to remote work and international opportunities for you.
Beyond digital skills, there are also personal qualities that employers and business owners look for. What are these soft skills, and what soft skills should young people develop?
Thank you. I'm very glad you asked this question because many people spend years learning technical skills, but overlook the qualities that determine long-term success. Let me say something that may also surprise many of our listeners there. People are often hired because of their technical skills, but they are also dismissed because of their attitude. Your character can take you further than your qualifications, and the lack of character can destroy any opportunity. The first soft skill every young person must develop is integrity. Be honest, trustworthy, and dependable. An employer can teach you how to operate a machine, but it is much harder to teach honesty. Secondly, cultivate effective communication. Learn to speak clearly, listen attentively and write professionally, and also treat people with respect. Whether you are attending a job interview or serving customers or leading a team, communication is the bridge that connects ideas with results. Thirdly, develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Employers are not merely looking for people who identify problems. They want people who can suggest practical solutions. Another essential quality is teamwork. No successful business is built by one person alone. Learn to work with people from different backgrounds, appreciate diverse opinions, and contribute positively to a common goal. Young people must also learn adaptability. The world is changing rapidly. New technologies emerge every year. Industries evolve and customers' expectations shift. So those who refuse to adapt will be left behind. Equally important is emotional intelligence. Learn to manage your emotion, handle criticism maturely, resolve conflict peacefully, and treat others with empathy and respect. And finally, cultivate discipline and a strong work ethics. So, to every young listeners, I encourage you invest not only in your hands and your minds, but also in your character. The world needs skilled people, but it needs trustworthy, disciplined, compassionate, and resilient people also. Skills may get you your first opportunity, but character will determine how far you go in life.
Let's talk about the challenge. Some young people want to acquire skills but face difficulties such as lack of funds, limited training, opportunities, and inadequate equipment. What practical solutions can help more young people access quality skills training?
This question reminds us that talent alone is not enough. Many young Nigerians are willing to learn, but opportunity is often the missing link. If we are serious about reducing unemployment and building a prosperous nation, then we must make quality skills training accessible to every young person, regardless of their background. The first solution is greater investment by the government in technical and vocational education and training, that is TVET. Skills development should not be treated as a secondary option. It should be a national priority. The government should establish and equip modern vocational training centers, provide up-to-date tools and machines, and strengthen competency-based education, and offer scholarships and training grants for disadvantaged youth. Secondly, private sectors must become an active partner. Industry should collaborate with training institutions to provide internships, apprenticeship, industrial attachment, mentorship, and employment opportunities. Thirdly, our financial institutions also should create youth-friendly enterprise funds. You see, many of our young people have brilliant ideas, but they cannot access affordable loans because they lack the needed collaterals. Our communities, churches, and civil society organizations have also a vital role to play. They can sponsor vulnerable youth, establish community skill centers, donate employment equipment, and create mentorship networks. Parents, too, have an important responsibility. We must stop forcing every child into the career they don't like. You see, some young people are gifted with their hands, others with technology, others with creativity. It is the responsibility of the parents to discover their talents early enough and support them without prejudice. So if we truly want a better Nigeria, we must move beyond speeches to actions.
As we celebrate World's Youth Skills Day 2026, Father, what message do you have for young people who may feel discouraged because of the challenges around them? And if a young person listening to us today decides to take action, what's the first step you would advise that person to take?
Thank you very much. I would like to conclude with a message from my heart to every young Nigerian listening to us today. I know that many of you are discouraged. Some of you have graduated but cannot find a job. Some have attended several interviews without success. Others want to acquire skills but have no money to pay for training. Some are beginning to wonder whether their dreams will ever come true. My message to you is this: do not allow your present circumstances to define your future. In fact, your current situation is only the chapter of your life story. It is not the end of your story. Nigeria is certainly facing many challenges today, but I want to assure you that Nigeria is also a land of enormous opportunities. Every challenge hides an opportunity waiting for someone with the right skills, the right attitudes, and the courage to act. History teaches that many of the world's greatest inventors and innovators and entrepreneurs began with little, very, very little resources. If you decide today to change your life, your first step is very simple. Make a decision to learn. Do not wait for perfect condition. Start where you are. Identify a skill that is relevant to today's economy. The slogan is think big, start small, and start now. Find a credible training center, a mentor, or an apprenticeship. I also encourage young people to surround themselves with people who inspire growth. Avoid friends who discourage your dreams or promote shortcuts to success. As a Catholic priest, I must also remind our young people never to lose faith in God. Prayer is not an escape from responsibility. It is a source of strength for responsible living. Trust God with your future, but also give Him something to bless through your hand and your handwork, through your commitment and through your willingness to learn. Let me leave you with a conviction that has guided my life and ministry for years. Your greatest asset is not the money in your pocket, but the potential God has placed within you. Invest in that potential. Develop your skills. Build your character. Embrace technology. Serve others with excellence. When you become a person of value, opportunities will begin to look for you. And thank you very much. And I wish you happy World Youth Skills Day.
Thank you very much, Reverend Father Cornelius Obe, Director of Mario Institute of Hospitality Management and Entrepreneurship Education, for joining us and sharing your insights on how skills development can empower young people for jobs, enterprise, and a shared future. To our listener, the message is simple. Talent must be developed and skills must be turned into opportunities. Every skill learned is a step towards personal growth, economic independence, and community development. All right? This has been our conversation on World Youth Skills Day 2026, Skills for a Shared Future. Thanks for joining us. Stay informed, stay motivated, and keep building your future. Producer has been Jude Obu, and supervisor is the General Manager, Core City 99 FM, Kate Nebo. Zonal Supervisor is the Deputy Director Programs, FRCN Southeast Zone, Joy Obitilata. And the Executive Producer is the Zonal Director, FRCN Enugu Zonal Station, Dr. Igbo-Eze. My name is Ekene Odigwe. Thanking you for listening.